Quinn, I am so sorry. Kate, I am so sorry. Audience, I am so sorry.
There's no need to apologize to me because I've made fun of the fan base of this anime for a very long time.
I remember this. Like, this
Every
is one
time
of,
a meme comes up that's just exploiting what happens in this episode, I'm just like,
when this episode happened in the original. The outcome of what happened in the original anime was vastly different. So, yeah, the storyline with like the outcome of this is very different. But still, the fact that this episode happens is just yeah. This is the most famous / infamous episode in the history of Full Metal Alchemist. Doesn't matter how many times people have watched this series, no matter how many times they've read the manga, no matter which anime they've seen, they always mention this episode. Every single one of them. Yeah. Poke. So
it's a different stand. I'm not used to you having that one too.
Yeah. Kate, it's been a while since Kate's been down here. She's on the mend from a few things, and she's graced us with her presence today, and now we are partaking in a couple episodes of Full Metal Alchemist. Well, at least I hope it's going to be 2 episodes of Full Metal Alchemist, because after this one, I don't know if you're going to want to do another one. We'll see. We will see. But this show, this is the episode where, well, when I watched this originally, this is when I realized, oh damn, they are not afraid. They are not afraid of pushing boundaries.
I think before Attack on Titan, people were like, that's about as dark as you can go with an anime.
It's up there in terms of like just...
At least with an anime that initially doesn't look like it's going to be that dark, you know what I mean?
Well, in some cases, yeah, but
really, if you think about it, from the first episode of at least this, or not, the second episode of this,
yeah,
you should already be aware that, even though that's like got a lot of comic relief and bright colors and fun character designs, they are clearly... They're clearly not afraid to go very dark with this.
This is not
a kid show.
A kid literally had his body dissolved into nothing, and his brother had to sacrifice his leg just to get his soul
For
back.
me, it's way more fucked up that they brought like what was supposed to be their mom into like a that's on the same level as Ripley finding the failed clones of herself that are
in
the one
Resurrection.
That's like, kill me. You know, like that scene was fucked. That scene, I still get goosebumps thinking about that scene. It's so fucked.
It's one of the only good scenes in Resurrection. Resurrection's a shit movie, but that is a great scene.
That scene does something to you.
Yeah, and it makes me really wish that they would have continued the Alien franchise.
Wait, is Resurrection or 3 the one with fuck?
That's 3.
Okay.
3's the one in the prison. 4's on the cloning station.
Yeah.
But all right. Anyway, enough of our sci-fi bullshit jargon. Let's go ahead and get into this. This is Full Metal Alchemist, episode 4, or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 4, An Alchemist's Anguish.
And everyone else's anguish.
Yes.
The Philosopher's Stone, however, was revealed to be a fake.
Yep.
I like how they call it a fake, but it was still doing what it advertised.
Well, no, it technically was a Philosopher's Stone, but it wasn't
it's more like
complete
it was a shitty quality.
It wasn't a complete Philosopher's Stone.
It's like you can buy something off Wish that does what it's advertised, but it falls apart after 2 uses. Know what I mean? Like
no, exactly, and that's sort of the.
I guess that would still be considered fake. You know, like
still cheap. It was a cheap Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, cheap knockoff, basically.
Yeah.
You must be the bloodthirsty murderer who's been making a habit of targeting state alchemists lately.
Oh.
You fucked up.
Uh-oh.
Now you perish.
Oh. Imagine walking outside your house in the morning and then just finding that there's suddenly a bunch of cannons just sprouting out of the ground in the middle of the
street. A big iron box.
Yeah, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. No, because if you're ignorant of alchemy, yeah, but if you're aware of alchemy, you'd be like, God damn it, the alchemists forgot to clean up their mess again. Alright, let me call up the state, see if they can come and fix my fucking street for the 15th time. Yeah.
At least you know they can fix it quickly.
Exactly. But
Unlike anybody fixing things on our street, that's going to take them like 3 months.
tell me about it. Well, the whole deal with this is underestimating your adversary. And that's exactly what happened there. Dude underestimated his adversary, thought he had him, but then it's imperative to know your enemy and know what they are capable of. Because one slip, that's it.
Next up, who's this?
Lieutenant Yoki. Remember? The crook who was using the Uswell coal mine concessions to line his own pockets? Anyway, the Elric...
I really wish they would have included that story in this. Because that was a great story in the original.
Oh, they expanded on that?
Well, yeah, they showed the whole thing. And, like, the whole instance, and it's really good. It's so good. And it explains, the reason why alchemists can't just create gold. Because it'll basically fuck the economy. And it's really a great episode. For anyone out there, I can recommend going back and watching certain... oh, God, there's one part. I'm definitely going to have to show you a part involving some of these guys here. Especially Havoc, the dude with the cigarette in his mouth. Mm-hmm. There's a part, I swear to God, it's one of the funniest scenes in either anime, but yet it's not included in this for some reason, and I don't know why. It's in the first... I'm just like, damn it. And it's a very quick scene. It's only like about 3 to 5 minutes. I'll probably just show you the clip of it, and then that'll be that, because it doesn't spoil anything in either anime. But the scene alone is worth it because of just like the pacing and everything. It's just so beautiful. I love it.
Also, you said they can't just create gold because it'll fuck the entire economy. Doesn't stop our government.
Well, oh gosh.
They don't give a fuck. They do.
Of course
anyway.
they don't, dude. Like they
Just
say
print money out, and ruin the economy.
Well, yeah. And
Fuck
it's just like,
everybody
well,
who's
we
already
have X amount of money in Fort Knox and like the international gold. It's like, show it to me. If you can show me that we have enough gold to back up our deficit, I will bow down on my knees and kiss your feet. You don't have it.
Brothers exposed what that dirty thief was up to, and now he's
Yeah,
on the run.
Elric's exposed him.
Still wonder how he was able to use the stone to do that. I'm not familiar enough with the field of bioalchemy to really understand it.
It might help if you consulted a specialist. Huh? The
Did
Sewing
they
Life
actually
Alchemist.
add the those filters and like the tinny ringing sound whenever
Yes.
he talks in the original?
Yes. In the original, they gave it an echo like he's trapped inside like this. And they added the tinny sound with the ring out on like the armor is more present in this one, but it is in the original.
I like that better. Like,
Well, it's a harmonic thing. It's like
it just seems it makes it more believable to me. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Like just the idea that the vibrations of him talking are making the armor vibrate and make the tinny sound.
Also, the voice actors are different from the original and this one. In the original, it was Aaron Desmuke, but when they were coming to do this series, unfortunately, his voice dropped, and he couldn't do the voice anymore. But I think they did give him a role in this anyway. And also, Aaron Desmuke is just like a super sweetheart.
Who's the voice actor this time?
I forget the kid's name, but they
actually got a kid to voice a kid instead of just having a lady do it.
Well, yeah, and that's what they did in the original. That's what Aaron Desmuke was, I think, 12 when he did the first one. And
That's a fun trick in anime voice acting, by the way. Like 90% of the child characters you'll see in anime are actually voiced by ladies,
yes,
like grown ladies. So.
yeah, except for a few, like Spike Spencer and Jerry Jewell have like really good high voices, and they can pull off kids pretty good.
You know Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
Ash Ketchum. Yeah, it's a lady.
Yeah.
I knew
It's been multiple. I've actually met Veronica Taylor, the one who was the original Ash for the first 8 seasons. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was super cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Shao Tucker. He's done some heavy research into chimera transmutation. I'll introduce
Shao
you.
Tucker.
It only said one thing. I want to die. After
pretty
that,
dark.
It refused to eat until it got its wish.
Look at a huge...
It's a doggo.
Jesus.
Oh,
Oh, look at the big old pupper.
he's so cute.
Daddy! There are people out here.
If you want me to show you the tricks I've got up my sleeve, it's only fair you show me the tricks you've got up yours as well. It's the code we live by, equivalent exchange. Now, why are you interested in bioalchemy? But why don't you go ahead and take a look at my laboratory?
I'll send somebody by to get you this evening.
They've got some ability to focus. Quite a catch, these two. A couple of prodigies.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they would go more in depth on explaining exactly what a chimera is.
A chimera
in this
is basic.
universe.
Well, okay. A chimera is basically an amalgam of two different animals. It's basically a combination. You transmute them together into one creature, one living creature. So
I'm trying to remember, what was the chimera that the dude made in the previous episode? I already forgot.
oh, it was
like a lion
It was
and-
basically a manticore. It was basically a lion, and a a lion and a lizard of some, and it.
So it's pretty close to actually looking like a mythical chimera, basically.
Yeah.
Yes, basically. But yeah,
But they consider chimeras to be combinations of any two animals here.
yeah, sometimes three, sometimes more. Like sometimes some chimeras actually.
What I want to know, what I also want to know is like, what are they exchanging equivalently to combine two animals together?
Nothing really, because the equivalency in terms of shaping them together, as long as they're living, I mean, it's basically like two forms of matter coming together. I mean, it's just
I guess it's like the same concept as turning concrete into a spear or something like
Yes.
that. Like just
Basically,
changing its shape.
basically if you understand biology enough, you can
They're just
you can
changing the shape
understand.
of flesh and bone to meld together.
Yes.
essentially.
If you understand like the bone density, if you understand like consistency of blood, how much water is in the blood, how much iron is in the blood of each individual animal, then you can basically do a transmutation and combine them, and it's basically all it is. That's all you require.
Without fully understanding the nervous system of a creature, though, I would say it would be very easy to actually do that, but end up putting them in, like, basically unending pain because of it.
Hence, why do you think the chimera that could actually talk?
Said it wanted to die.
Exactly.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
It was in an immeasurable amount of pain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the unfortunate thing about chimeras. That's why you saw most of those chimeras there seem to be like they were just like
They're kind of hostile. looking
yes.
and stuff, yeah.
And it's because of the fact that they're not perfect amalgams. They are not combined like to the core completely, and they're just in pain.
Was the chimera he created, was that of his wife? Was
Yeah, I don't
that how
know.
it was able to talk?
Don't know. I mean, honestly, the whole deal with him is like right now, all we know is that he created a chimera that could talk. Now, the thing is, you have to ask yourself which animals on Earth are capable of speech.
Well, that's what I mean. His wife's is not there. That's why I was just saying.
So you never
It's
know.
got humans or parrots.
That's the thing. Humans or parrots or a different form of creature we're not aware of yet. It's funny you mention a parrot because of in the original Full Metal Alchemist series there was a thing that they used like an amalgam of parrots, like a chimera with parrots.
You're supposed to be reading!
Nina
What?
looked like she wanted to play.
Well, in case you forgot,
She's a
we didn't
kid.
come here to play horsey.
Oh!
Oh crap!
Poor doggy.
You must be dog tired. Why don't you come on back tomorrow?
You really going to come again?
Speaking of a dog tired,
Hey,
our
Daddy?
dog is just down here past the FA.
What does assessment day mean?
I have to try hard. Or we'll be left with nothing. Again.
But lately, Daddy's been studying in his lab all the time. I guess that does make me a little bit lonely.
Ah. You ride him like a horse. Nope. He'd never get the better of Alexander, no matter how hard he tries.
Alchemists who are supposed to be pillars of science and truth are turned into the military's walking weapons as soon as they receive certification. There are plenty of people, I'm sure, who have not forgotten the role that state alchemists played in the Ishvalan Civil War.
I hadn't thought about the fact until just now that he's just completely bald, but for some reason kept like one little sprig of hair.
The little curly Q out front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I've never seen anybody do that in real life.
Don't know.
Hey, Nina. I've got an idea. Do you want to play with Daddy tomorrow?
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Tucker!
There you are.
no.
So you are home.
A chimera that understands human speech.
That person, Edward. Big Brother Ed.
Nina and Alexander. Where are they?
Damn Brett, figuring it out so quickly.
Oh yeah, I figured it out.
I don't
That's
see
what I
what you're so
thought
upset
happened.
about. This is
Yeah.
how we progress. Human experimentation is a necessary step.
If you keep this up, he'll die!
I think that's kind of the point.
Edward, no. Daddy, can we play now?
Like hell you're staying a state alchemist. Like hell.
Just for punishment, I'd cut his fucking hands off. So he could never do that kind of shit again.
We know we're not devils. We know we're not gods. We're human. We're only human!
Shit.
You're
didn't
Shao
leave.
Tucker, correct? Foolish alchemists who turn their backs on the ways of God. Shall be punished.
Nice.
Daddy's hurting.
Your passing will be in peace.
Yeah.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. Well,
The
Yeah.
guy killed a guy that definitely deserved to die and then still prayed for his salvation and peace. Wow.
yeah. You'll come to learn more about him. And honestly, this whole ordeal left a bad taste in everyone's mouth whenever it happened originally. Still hurts. Because, Nina and Alexander, Yeah, I would make a apt comparison to Spy X Family as like this is the dark timeline for Spy X Family.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sure. But I kind of saw it coming whenever
Yeah.
he mentioned the wife, and then I kind of put two and two together before that happened.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting him to do it to his daughter, though. I thought he was going to go after one of the boys.
Yeah, it's maybe he thought maybe he could go after Alphonse and maybe transmute the soul into a creature. Because he didn't think
it's
about
something
that.
like that. I don't know. I guess I was just anticipating. I knew from when he first, came on screen or whatever that he was not a good person. Just by
Yeah,
his
it's always
demeanor.
it's always the glasses, like the
Yeah,
the lit up glasses and the push up. That's
Well,
always
Yeah, it's just like his demeanor.
Well, the push-up can sometimes be the super nerdy protagonist, but usually when the lenses go white, if it's not a character currently having the lenses go white because they're fucking up a bad guy, it's probably a bad guy.
yeah.
So
And-
that's how they tend to do it.
And yeah, that definitely a bad guy for what he did there. The artist, the artist who drew this, there's actually a funny little side comic that they did. It was be like after and it was like everyone who passes away during this show, and there were tributes to every single character in this, good and bad, except for Shao Tucker. and they showed the little animated thing, and it was Nina and Alexander basically like flying off into heaven, and Shao Tucker was like getting dragged into hell, and he was like, "Why?" It's like, you know why.
He deserves to go to hell.
You know exactly why. I mean,
I can't believe he would. I mean, the disassociation of
well,
doing that to his wife and then to his daughter.
Well, he was desperate to. He was thinking of himself more than he was thinking of his own family. I mean, he wanted to be a state alchemist. He got to be a state alchemist, but at the cost of everything. And he didn't care. He's a true psychopath.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's more than willing to like hurt and like dismember and disassemble his own family. I mean, that's just... Now imagine if he was approved of doing that and he like told them what he did, but then the state basically said, okay, we have lifers over here and death row inmates who've signed themselves over to us. Continue your work. Imagine how...
Yeah, why couldn't he have done it to someone who... I mean, I don't know.
No, and you see, that's the moral quandary. You see, we look at it here, it happening to Nina and Alexander, we're just like, man, fucking hell, that's just evil. And then, we think about it being done to, like, wards of the state and stuff like that. Because it was the animals, too. He did it to, like, animals that were in his care.
I think, in a way, anyone who's doing research on animals and turning them into chimeras in this universe is someone to worry about, because I think it's the equivalent of people who torture and kill animals in real life that become serial killers.
Potentially, yes. I 100% agree with that.
Like, unless someone just has a job for the state that they fucking hate, that they were assigned to do this to animals, and, like, every fucking day they hate themselves for what they do. Like, anybody who willingly, like, is like, I'm going to take animals and splice them together is probably a little fucked in the head, if not a lot fucked in the head.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, yeah, this, once again, the most infamous episode of Full Metal Alchemist, and even all these years later, it still hits me. God. But anyway, I guess...
I'm still... the guy that's just like, it's dark as hell, it's fucked up, but don't know why. It's just, I guess it's just me used to not caring about the show and having it spoiled for me, that I'm just like, yeah, well, I don't get the same impact everyone else seems to get.
From here on out, no more spoilers for you, because you've basically
that's the last of it, basically.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with it.
Yeah.
You haven't been spoiled on the rest of this, which is good. And
basically, the only other thing I might have been spoiled on is apparently Armstrong is a kick-ass dude.
Well, you can figure that out.
It's like people are like, I love Armstrong. Like, I know that much.
There's also another... there's kind of a parable in this one, but there's a scene in the original, really wish they would include it in this. It's between Armstrong and another person. It is, hands down, one of the most epically awesome bro moments ever.
More awesome than dude from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes, I would say yes.
That's my favorite bro character, like, of all time.
Like, it's the best because there are barely any words said.
There's basically a character in Jujutsu Kaisen, without spoiling it too much, that has a moment that's one of those, like, did we just become best friends type thing? Like,
it's like,
I guess so.
Like, did we become friends? Yep.
It's like somebody says something to him, and he's like, we're best friends now. Holy shit.
Like, this is amazing.
A man of culture.
Yes.
Like, type thing. You know?
Yes. A man of culture, I see. Anyway, so yeah, this was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood Episode 4. An Alchemist's Anguish. I guess let's move on from here and see what happens next. So until next time, I'm Nate.
I'm Kate.
I am Nick.
And down on the floor is the Asher Boy. And we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Take care.